So, just disconnecting a bunch of stuff. Took some hoses off. Got the dog bone thing, whatever they call it. The torque struts off both sides. Just disconnecting some electrical connectors, the shift cables. There's some stuff under the intake back there, like on the the alternator, the starter. That's kind of hard to get to. I could probably get it from the bottom, but I'm just gonna wait till I lift the engine trans up a little bit, and it'll be easier to get to. So I was trying to figure out how to get the slave cylinder out. I disconnected this bracket that holds, the hose or the pressure line, whatever you want to call it, hydraulic line. Disconnect this, and this wasn't coming out. So it looks like from what I just saw online, to push it in and twist it. I forget which way it has to be twisted, but let's see. That might be it. Close. There we go. That's okay. Oh, there it is. Cool. Well, I'm gonna continue taking some more stuff apart. I guess the next step is well, I need to unbolt the exhaust downpipe and then the drive axles, pull them out of the diff thing. So I'll keep you updated. Alright, here's just a little note. It should be obvious, but I didn't do it for some reason. But make sure you drain the transmission, transaxle, before you pull the axle shafts out, because it makes a bit of a mess. I have another update. Here's the old engine. There's the empty engine bay. I'll show you what we got going on. Here's what it looks like with no engine in it, no trans. A bunch of wires that were really annoying and got in the way when I was taking this out. So I'll give you a couple tips what I figured out. So the first thing, I don't know if you need to take off the crank pulley. It probably would help, but it's also a pain to get it off. It's like actually really hard. I had to basically jump on a breaker bar to get it off, the bolt out, and then to yank it off. But anyway, obviously timing cover can stay on, don't worry about that. The key is to angle the motor and trans if you're doing it all in one unit. Also, what really sucked was getting, you can't see them now, but there's like the starter, the alternator, and like knock sensors and stuff that are up in there, and they're a pain to get off, disconnect. So take a lot of pictures so you know where everything goes then. And also the wire harness wraps around like the transmission here. So just be careful when you're lifting out the engine and trans if you do it that way, so that you don't pull the wires out. I was pulling on one, and actually it's connected to, I was pulling on the whole harness, and this one that goes to the power steering pump pulled the whole pump down and fell on the ground, which it seems to be okay, but could have cracked the reservoir or something. The only damage I got was it broke this windshield washer fluid thing. I broke this exhaust, or not exhaust, well I guess it's like a gas emissions tube. It goes down here to this thing that goes to a gas line. It goes back, so I don't really know what this is, but I'll have to fix it. So basically the key is to angle the whole engine and trans this way so that the tip of the transmission passes by this like frame rail. and you also need to get like all the pulleys and stuff. If you keep them on, get them a little bit away from this, so you'll have like the whole unit over that way, kind of tucked in the corner. Pivot it up, and then it'll come like left and up, and then you'll be able to just pull it up at one point when it's turned enough or rotated enough. So I didn't even have to take my hood off. I had my girlfriend hold it up though, push it back a little bit because it was hitting, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. Just kind of pain getting all the wires off and the hoses and stuff. We also cut this heater hose, but I ordered a new one. But it was just, I snapped off the clamp for it. I was trying to take it off, it just broke, so I couldn't really get it off. I didn't want to cut it with the gas line right next to it, so I did that. So the junkyard was supposed to call me today. Well, they said it possibly would have had the engine pulled today. I hope they call me tomorrow because I'm off in 2 days, so I could start tomorrow, work on it the next day, but I really want to get this thing done as soon as I can. So I'll keep you updated. When I get the new engine, I'll be showing how to put the new clutch on. I got the clutch, I got new brakes. I'll have a little video of the brakes. Seem pretty nice and they were cheap. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll update you soon.